Bannerlord has been out since late 2022, and since its initial release, Tailwars has given us many updates over the course of almost 3 years now, but recently that's all changed. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten a proper major update in some time now, but with that said, the community has taken things into their own hands and has come together to release hundreds, if not thousands of mods to the public. In my opinion, the community and the mods are what separates Bannerlord from any other medieval game. Since the birth of Bannerlord, the community has done some incredible things, and today I'm going to be showing you my top 10 conversion mods for 2025 that are currently out and playable right now. Our first total conversion mod is Eagle Rising Dawn of an Empire, and it brings Roman factions to Bannerlord. This mod includes 6 brand new custom factions ranging from the Romans, the Celts, the Germanics, and many more, with even more on the way. Based around the time of the High Roman Empire, this mod brings us hundreds of new custom troops and assets that look fantastic, including their brand new horse chariots that they just added. They have a new unique specialist mechanic where as your clan tier increases, you gain more access to things like bodyguards, officers, standard bearers, and special units like elephants and engineers, which we definitely won't see in any other mod. My first thoughts when playing this mod is I love the different variety of troops you can get and how they look when they all come together on the battlefield. There's something about the different armor sets and colors clashing together that immerses you like you're really fighting during the time of the High Roman Empire, making this mod feel truly unique. They also overhauled Bannerlord's infrastructure features when you're governing a city. They have replaced the daily projects with improved production projects compared to what we get in the vanilla experience, which is nice to see because we haven't seen any other mod touch on this yet. This mod has hands down some of, if not the best armor and weapons that I've seen compared to other mods. It is exactly what you would expect to see from the Empire faction in vanilla compared to what we got in the base game. This mod, like the rest of these mods, is still in active development, so I definitely would keep your eye out on this one through the course of 2025. Now, if you are a Warhammer fan, then you are going to love this next mod. The Old Realms brings the world of Warhammer to Bannerlord with a complete overhaul and a unique experience. There is so much to explore on one of the largest maps we have ever seen from the Bannerlord community so far. They have everything you could ever want as a Warhammer fan, from a long list of customized troops such as the Minotaurs, vampires, wraiths, and so many more. This mod also has some of the most detailed and beautiful cities and keeps I have ever seen from the community. The amount of detail in some of these keeps is astounding. They even have a range of spells that you can learn from various characters around the map with a custom-made mana system where you can then cast them in the battlefield. At first glance, one of my favorite parts about this mod is the ships sailing around the map and docking at the city's harbors, giving the map some much needed life that we don't see in the base game or any other mod. You can tell this team has put a ton of love and care into the mod, and my favorite part about it is just how unique it felt compared to any other mod I've ever played. And as someone who doesn't know a whole lot about the Warhammer lore, this definitely made me want to deep dive into it. When it comes to total conversion mods, you want as much customization and immersion as possible, and I think this mod checks both of these boxes. Nothing about this mod screams Bannerlord, and it actually feels like you're playing an entirely different game. From the fully customized troops and heroes to the fantasy weapons and spells, this is definitely a mod worth checking out and keeping up to date through the rest of 2025. Now, this next mod is personally my favorite total conversion mod for Bannerlord, and it is taking us to the land of Westeros during the War of Five Kings. Realm of Thrones is set days before Ned Stark's execution and contains hundreds of lore-based characters such as the famous Daenerys Targaryen, Jaime Lannister, Jon Snow, and so many more. The mod also brings us 20 customized factions, houses, and kingdoms, spanning from the free folk beyond the wall to the Dothraki Sea. You can even recruit the Unsullied, Giants, Thenns, or Kingsguard troops if you decide to take King's Landing for yourself, where you can then send any lord of Westeros to the wall for your own personal gain. And who needs horses when you can get your very own dragon in this mod, allowing you to cause havoc on not only the battlefield, but in the sieges as well. There's also interactable events where you can change the course of history if you decide to do so, such as the Red Wedding where you can save Robb Stark from the Boltons and the Freys, Daenerys' invasion, and their brand new event, the Long Night. The Night King will spawn on day 1 and start raiding, killing heroes and turning them into whites, recruiting prisoners to raise their army of the undead, where he will eventually attempt to seize the wall and head southward until all of Westeros is taken. This is just a small sliver of the full experience of Realm of Thrones offers, as there is so much more you can do in this mod. I highly encourage you all to try it out for yourselves, and I know for a fact that we are in for lots of updates and additions through the course of 2025. For this next mod, we are staying in the world of Westeros, but we are traveling back in time a couple hundred years, based during the time of the Dance of Dragons, right before King Viserys' death. If you're a fan of the show House of Dragons, then this mod has everything you could ever want. Dance of Dragons is still in very early development and a completely different dev team than the previous mod. mod. Their team has decided to release an early version to show off their progress so far, which you can find in their Discord below. With that said, there's still a lot to explore, with custom keeps and scenes, city designs that look amazing, and a large list of customized troops that look great. Even in this early stage of the mod, it's impressive that you can travel past the Dothraki Sea, through the Narrow Sea, all the way to Castle Black and past the wall. They have also incorporated a religion system, which not entirely sure what that entitles yet, but something to look out for in their coming update. What I find very cool and interesting is this mod offers a completely unique gameplay experience that no other mod does, and that is allowing you to start your journey as any character from Westeros and Essos, rather than creating your own character or clan. This gives us, the player, a lot of replayability, as with this unique addition, the possibilities are actually endless. I'm very excited to see what this dev team has in store for us in the year of 2025, as from what I have seen so far, we should be expecting a major update sooner rather than later. This next total conversion mod is based on a series of fantasy novels by author Robert Jordan, known as the Wheel of Time mod. This mod features a completely custom campaign map with unique city designs that look great. This mod offers hundreds of new custom troops, along with 200 custom-made armors. This mod has everything you could want if you're looking for a unique experience, as you play as a human who can use the power of the wheel, known as the Channelers. This allows you to learn certain spells and equip custom-made weapons that will allow you to bring down lightning bolts, fireballs, and whirlwinds that you can decimate enemies with on the battlefield. This is definitely one of the most unique mods when it comes to combat, as casting spells is probably one of the most satisfying things I've done in Bannerlord so far, and also watching my army full of channelers cast spells simultaneously will never get old. The cities, troops, weapons, and assets overall look amazing so far, and I can't wait to see what else the dev team has in store for us through the next year. Our next total conversion mod takes us back to Europe in the year 1700. Empires of Europe 1700 features a map similar to the Eagle Rising mod, but offers a completely unique gameplay experience. This mod comes with over 600 custom lords and 207 noble houses, providing a rich and diverse world. With 15 different kingdoms and 23 playable cultures, the mod offers plenty of variety for players to explore. Empires of Europe 1700 captures everything you'd expect from a mod set in the 17th and 18th centuries, including custom scenes for towns, castles, villages, and even hideouts. And of course, no 18th century game is complete without gunpowder warfare, as the mod includes muskets, rifles, pistols, artillery, and even grenades. There's something incredibly satisfying about using muskets and rifles in Bannerlord. The feeling of shooting at enemies on the battlefield just feels so right. I haven't had a chance to try out the artillery yet, but I am excited to see what they can do. The arena tournaments have a completely new feel to them with a new addition to firearms, and it feels like an actual duel from the 18th century, as it basically comes down to who shoots first and who is wearing the better armor. Like many of these mods, this one is still in active development. The team has recently released a new update where you can find more details on their Nexus page. It's definitely one of the coolest mods featured in this video, and it's definitely worth keeping an eye on throughout 2025. This next total conversion mod might be one of the most anticipated conversion mods for Bannerlord yet. Tales from the Age of Men is a Lord of the Rings mod with a vision to create an immersive and expansive Middle-earth experience within Bannerlord that aims to capture the essence of J.R.R. Tolkien's world through an iterative and phased development approach. Tales from the Age of Men is still in its early stages, but the dev team has done an astounding job so far and has made impressive progress so far. All of Gondor is now complete, and one of my favorite additions is that each siege camp is completely unique. This adds a great deal of immersion, making every battle feel a little more special and less repetitive. The city designs and models are easily some of the most beautiful and detailed I've seen from the community. The map itself also stands out as something truly unique, with its rolling hills, majestic mountains, and winding rivers and waterfalls, all crafted with incredible attention to detail and visually appealing. So far, my favorite troops and assets have come from the Uruks. Have definitely been the Uruk-hai. The first thing I had to do was build an army with them, and I'm so glad that I did, as they look amazing. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan and want to learn more about Tales of the Age of Men, or if you'd like to support the mod and gain early access to its current version, you can do so via the link in the description. This is definitely one of the mods I'll be keeping a close eye on throughout 2025, as I believe there are exciting developments ahead by the end of the year. Now, this next total conversion mod might just be Bannerlord's largest to date. Realms Forgotten takes place in a sprawling fantasy world with a custom map that's even larger than Calradia. It's one of the most diverse mods I've ever played, with a custom character creation system with multiple races to choose from. You can even ride unique mounts such as cannibal dogs, skeleton horses, ghost horses, dinosaurs, and many more. The mod also offers a range of custom starting options, allowing you to begin your journey as a peasant outlaw or a lord with your own fief. It's clear that the creators have thought of everything, with custom systems for recruitment, religion, magical items that enhance skills and morale, and so much more. I've never seen a mod quite like this before, as there's so much to take in. The troop variety variety is incomparable to any other mod in Bannerlord. With everything from mummies and demons to minotaurs and elves, the possibilities for building armies in this mod feels truly endless. When you visit a city, you'll be presented with numerous and new interactions, like visiting a scholar, exploring the library, or checking the physician's tower. Here, you can spend money or other resources to learn new skills, boosting existing ones, or heal yourself and your companions. At first glance, it's obvious there's a lot to do and discover in this mod, and I'm excited to see what else the developers have in store for us throughout the year. Our next total conversion mod might not be what you typically expect when you think of total conversion. While Banner King still keeps the core of the vanilla game, it adds 9 new playable cultures, enhances the map, revamps existing troop trees and cultures, brings major AI improvements, and so much more. In my opinion, the Banner Kings is everything vanilla Bannerlord should have been right from the start, and thankfully we've got the Bannerlord community to make that happen. This mod includes everything from better AI warfare mechanics, improvements to war and peace decorations, a massive economy overhaul, and a complete rework of the education and population systems for cities. The new redesigned map, along with the new addition of troops and revamped armors, gives the base game a fresh new feel to it. I'm really excited to start building an army with all of these changes and additions they have made. And maybe now the Botanians won't get wiped by the Blandians right from the start. This mod honestly gave me a reason to dive back into the original game. With all the expansions, enhancements, and changes so far, it really feels like a whole new experience. I highly recommend you giving it a try, even if you might be tired of the old campaign map. And I'm really excited to see what the mod team has for us throughout 2025. Now, our last total conversion mod takes us back to Europe once again, but this time we're stepping into the year of 1259. Anno Domini transforms kingdoms, clans, nobles, troops, and much more to fit the 13th century European setting. It uses a map very similar to the one in Europe 1700 mod, just set 400 years earlier. This mod brings nearly 30 playable cultures, over 30 kingdoms, and almost 200 clans, along with more than 1,000 custom-made troops. If you're a fan of classic medieval style warfare, this mod is perfect for you. With a wide variety of army building options, along with the iconic kingdoms and clans from the high medieval era, it truly doesn't get any better than that. I'm excited to see what this new dev team has for us throughout the rest of the year. These mods really show us how much effort and love the community has for this game, and even if we might not see any more major updates from Tale Worlds, at least we know we have the community to count on, where modding isn't going anywhere anytime soon. There are so many total conversion mods that are being worked on as of right now, as some of which will be released as early as this year. We will be covering these new mods in a later video, so if you want to stay up to date and follow what's going on in the Bannerlord community, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future updates from the Bannerlord modding community. I hope this video introduced some new mods that you would like to try out in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.